All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our bending tournament, our February 2021 bending tournament. I am known as Farlo Zuko, and my co-caster right now is Cupcake, or AKA
Hey everybody.
Cupcake1. And our cameraman and streamer is Porku. We are Avatar MC. We are a community-supported Minecraft server aiming to recreate the Avatar universe in Minecraft. This server opened on January 16, 2015, and has been running strong ever since. You can connect to our server by connecting to avatarmc.com. We also have a website under the same address, www.avatarmc.com. I actually need to also update the bracket in a moment. In our server, you can create multiple characters and bend the elements. You'll be able to level up through fighting in dungeons and interacting with our new profession system that we released at the start of this year. There's plenty of other stuff, other awesome, cool stuff to do. Once you hop on, feel free to ask around. We have a pretty supportive and helpful community that is willing to answer any of your questions. Our team right now is about to start with a bending tournament that we do once every month with cool in-game rewards and possible in-game cosmetic rewards that are only purchased through our store. From now onwards, we also have a really special reward for the winner of each tourney. I would like to present the floor to Cupcake to start talking about this reward as I also update the bracket link.
Thanks,
Cupcake.
Zuko. And hopefully we can get a shot of that soon on screen. So this tournament, just like last tournament where we announced this cosmetic designed by Firelord Squirrel, when you win a tournament, you'll have access to this cosmetic on lobby with 1 star for 12 months. That 1 star representing your winning of this one tournament. You can collect more stars by winning future tournaments. And there's obviously a maximum of 12 stars as each star lasts 1 month, right? So this month we have the March star up for contention. Last month, Incognito Sabito was lucky enough to win it. And yeah. It's just about it. Do we have it on screen?
Yeah, we have it on screen. So a couple of notes about this bracelet is once you win one, you keep that star basically for an entire year. So if you win the next one, you have a second star on the bracelet, and the first star will time out a year afterwards. So whichever tournament you win, you'll have an entire year. Well, basically, you'll have the bracelet for an entire year, and if you win more tournaments afterwards, you will still receive that star that you have for that entire year. So, for example, if you win in December 2021, you'll keep that star until December 2022.
Yeah.
And this way you can accumulate a maximum of 12 stars and keep that spree ongoing if you basically win every single tourney.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. So I imagine this month Incognito is in the running for this tournament as well, so he'll be going for that second star. Seems like he's been pretty unbeatable the last 2 tournaments, but you know, maybe Shadow King or Mistaf or anybody else really will be able to take it from him. We'll see.
Yeah, we have a pretty peculiar bracket right now. By the way, hello, Muffin. We have a pretty peculiar bracket right now with actually just 2 fights in the first round and then directly moving on towards the second round. There's some fights we'd like to talk about real quick. For example, Aggressor versus Mustard Shaker. If Aggressor wins against Getsate, that's going to be pretty interesting. They have some pretty friendly rivalries ongoing on the lobby server, and let's see how this would actually end up serving if Aggressor does win against Getsate. There's quite a storyline behind that fight between Aggressor and Mustard Shaker, so that's going to be interesting.
Absolutely, yeah. We have a lot of great matchups like this tournament. A lot of them you guys are going to be able to see in round 2, or pardon me, in round 3, which is going to be great. I think one match to definitely watch in round 2 of this tournament this month would be Mako Alpha versus Mistaf. That's going to be an interesting one. Mostly because they're both incredible PvPers who have both taken hiatuses recently. So we'll see which one of them is kept more in touch and whoever can pull out the victory, right?
All right, I'm inside of Porky right now. It's I'm ready right now. I'm not sure if you are ready, by the way. Cupcake? Are you?
Absolutely.
Let me just then
Mhm.
also give them the heads up. We are ready. Yeah, we will be also taking a look at Twitch chat. So if you have any questions or stuff that you would like to say to us, feel free to ask around, and we'll try to pay attention as much as we can. You know, we also need to pay attention to the tourney itself, but sometimes we will be able to read the Twitch chat. Guess what element I'm going? Asks Warrior Muffin. I guess water, right? I mean,
I would assume water, but could also be non-bending.
Um, Warrior Muffin also says, I thought Marco said he couldn't make it, but we'll see what happens. If they can't make it, we'll just have to adapt, which is fine.
Yep. And we do have multiple volunteers to be able to fill in for people that don't show up, so tournament should still be able to run smoothly.
Um, Hi Zuko Dove here. What's your favorite type of cheese? Well, I guess Gouda. I'm Dutch, so that's just a random question out of the blue, Dove. But thanks. I guess this is going to get into the blog post now. Well, there we have it. You asked for questions. Yeah, sure. Hit us up.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, anything to help us fill the air.
So yeah, we will be starting the tournament soon, and I think the first round is going to be Get Zate versus Aggressor. Just waiting for confirmation from the event organization staff. So we will be. Okay. Oh my God. Who's a better caster? Definitely not me. Thanks, Cupcake. God.
No problem. No problem. I just
Awesome,
wanted
awesome.
to, make that clear. No problem. No problem. Just want to be.
Yeah, Dove. I actually, I did a big whoopsie. I forgot to export in January that 2021 pending tourney to YouTube. I've been just so swamped with a lot of other stuff. I just completely forgot it. So rip, that tournament is completely gone. Muffin versus Cupcake. Oh boy,
Well,
yes.
Well,
So
Incognito's win will however still be on record in the hall of heads that we have above the display room for the new cosmetic.
yep.
Nobody will be able to contest his victory in January.
Let's give a Kek W at Kwai Dove. Tell me about being swamped. Yes. Just let's just laugh at Kwai Dove, and also give him that Tapu G, the beautiful writing emote. All right, who's Caesar Swar? Caesar Swar is just some random fool. We don't know who he is, right, Nikki? I don't know who he is either.
Could be anybody really.
Okay, so yeah, I'm receiving that we are having some organizational things that we need some extra time to figure out because there is some people who aren't showing up. So we got quite some no-shows, and we gotta have. We'll be having quite an adjustment in the brackets. So who knows what will happen? They will let us know once they're ready. Quite some people are just not showing up entirely. So the bracket, if you actually refresh it, is already updated, and it is continuously getting updated. So rip our preparation. It's go completely out of.
Well, well, there's no accounting for no shows sometimes. There's not much we can
Wow.
do about that.
Also, Frozen Sadness with the trash talk pre-tourney. I like that. Pre-tourney. That's if you want to trash talk, that's what you gotta do. Don't do it after you beat somebody, you do it before. So, you can eat your own words if you actually do end up losing.
Exactly. Fitting your whole foot in your mouth. We'll see how it goes, though. Maybe you won't.
Frozen Sadness, let's see, are you... You are also Frozen Sadness in game, right? Am I not... am I being stupid? I just don't see them
I don't
online
know.
right now.
I
Maybe...
mean, Caesar's going up against, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Reet? Preet in the first round, so maybe that's Preet.
No, so yeah, I just received word. I am the powerful E, and the aggressor will be first up for sure. So that's basically the first match. I am the powerful E versus the aggressor.
Absolutely.
So
Nice. And we have
let's-
Caesar firing back at Frozen Sadness. I'm so happy y'all showed up to watch me get my second tourney win.
oh
know,
my
I mean-
god.
We'll see, Caesar. We'll see.
Well, let's just talk about what's going on right now. So we have aggressor who picked waterbending, has 25 points in penetration, 25 in strength, and 25 in vitality. I guess a decently average build. Versus I am the powerful E. I am the powerful E, who is a non-bender, who has 54 points in strength, and then just sprinkled a couple of points across almost every single stat. 2 bending energy regen, 6 movement speed, 5 protection, 8 vitality. Just like sprinkle some points
Yeah.
around. Mainly 54 strength.
Most.
It's going to be interesting to see as
Yeah.
a non-bender.
Non-benders usually opt for speed. Most notably, I am the powerful E, not choosing to put any points into penetration, which will be, interesting. I don't think I've seen a lot of non-benders ignore a stat like that.
So we have a bit of a comment from Mistaf, who says that's a very good balanced build for aggressor, for the waterbender guy. So that's basically good job, aggressor. You're getting compliments by Mistaf, one of the best waterbenders on our server.
Yeah.
I told him to use it. I guess Warrior Muffin is trying to take credit.
We'll see though. We'll see.
Well,
All
let's
right.
just make sure we are ready so that they are. Yeah. Okay, we're ready, and they are also ready. So we're going to have the first match start up any second now. Yeah, powerful versus aggressor. We are still using the same arena as previous month, by the way. Just FYI, so this is the same waterbending arena that the arena is going to transform into, mainly because you can also see it's way more balanced across the field. There were some nice ideas behind game design related ideas behind it. But I guess without further ado, we're probably going to start soon. Yep.
Absolutely.
So
And just
they're
really
away.
quickly,
ahead.
yeah, credit to everybody on the team that showed up very last minute before the last tournament to test this arena. It really turned out great, and you guys deserve a lot of credit.
And the fight starts with the aggressor. I guess just dolphin. Actually, holy moly! Aggressor should have just dove into the other pool, in my opinion. Keeping close to powerful E, who doesn't have a lot of mobility to say the least, because he is just a pure strength build at that point. You don't want to get close to this person at all. And powerful E actually just misses the Falcon Strike completely.
Aggressor's been doing a really good job this game so far of keeping close enough to use the full potential of their waterbending kit, but staying just outside of the range of those slashes that I'm powerfully seems to be hoping to rely on.
You do see some slashes actually hit onto aggressor, and I feel like the fight is for now pretty even, because quite some of those slashes in this pool that powerful E is currently in actually hit, and powerfully baits out the waterbending ultimate, and is actually should have probably just used a more ranged move, I guess, in my opinion. I'm not too familiar with non-bending.
Should have thrown some bombs in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, I really think it's definitely aggressor's fight here. He's laid so much damage into it, and that I'm surprised I'm the powerful Ace still going on the offensive, to be honest.
That's all that I am the powerful E can do, right? He has to be on the offense. He is a strength-oriented build, and the waterbender can heal. If you don't go on the aggressive, you're going to get wrecked by the waterbender just healing up to full. So you can't allow that to happen either. But then he actually does fall. So well played by aggressor. Moving on to the next round.
Definitely. Well, and Misstuff predicted it in chat. Let's see how his predictions do again this tournament. Misstuff saying, "Well done, my student."
So aggressor will be
maybe
facing
it was a
Muffin.
foregone conclusion.
Aggressor will be facing Muffin in the next round, so that's going to be interesting, right? Especially since Muffin basically gave the build to aggressor, right? So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
before further ado, I
definitely.
think this is going to be Caesar versus Connor J. Let me just make sure that
Looks like
everything.
it. Yeah.
Yep, yep, nice. Okay, yep. Caesar versus Connor J. Caesar is currently on a Firebender with 50 vitality and 25 bending energy regeneration. I think the vitality is there because of the fire armor and the bending energy regeneration we've talked about before. Go ahead, Cupcake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Connor J coming in with a very unique build, a waterbender with all 75 points in movement speed.
True,
Um,
holy.
yeah, you know what? If it were a more experienced player, I would say, hey, maybe this is a calculated move, but I'm gonna err on the side of caution here and say maybe that was a bit of a misstep. We'll see how it pans out, though.
All right, I think we are ready, and uh, I'm just basically counting down for the mods and the event organizers basically, so they can start the countdown. But yeah, also fire against water. In my opinion, Caesar is probably
Oh,
okay.
they're
Never
hitting each other
mind.
with food. All
Yep,
right, they're
they're
taking.
just
Yep, the cheese
it's a
sandwich
meat pot
tactic
fight.
against each other.
Oh yeah, this is
Connor's going in there with pumpkin pie, whereas we got Caesar with steak. You know,
yep.
I can't say either one of those has a tactical advantage, but interesting choices.
I mean, to be honest, let's be real about this. Meat has proteins inside of it. Pie makes you fat. And usually, when you get more muscly, you're probably better in PvP. So I would probably give the upper hand to Caesar purely because he's using meat and not pie. But
Yeah, I would have to concur with you there. Honestly, unless that pie is a stale pie, I imagine the steak has a tougher consistency to it. You know, could probably do a little more damage.
he just dropped his meat.
He dropped
Oh,
his feet.
but he did pick it up. He actually picked it up. I guess this is a pre-arranged fight. Caesar, for somebody who's actually trying to be so competitive in winning this tourney, I mean, I just.
Yeah, well,
Are they
it looks
actually
like
gonna?
Caesar's taking a. Yeah, it looks like Caesar's taking a couple more hits than Connor. You know, in spite of our
Yeah.
prediction, it seems like, oh yeah, wow, Connor's really coming at him.
Well, I guess
Oh my God.
Connor's movement speed build right here is pulling off clutch because Caesar's trying to hit him, but he just orb walks around Caesar. We doubted the movement speed build from Connor, but holy moly, it's working out really well. Oh
Yeah.
god. Dove is saying
Oh my
we could
God.
be here all day watching this. Dove, this probably does deserve an award in my opinion, but I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to do any of those awards.
Could be. We'll see.
Um,
Could be. Kevin really getting into it. Come on, Caesar. Team
Oh.
Vegan says misstep.
well, wait, they actually started fighting again. Caesar using some firebending moves. I guess Caesar is pretty low HP. Kevin is like,
Oh, it was
Connor,
a bait.
Connor, you gotta beat his. All right, Kevin, we know what you're trying to say, Kevin. Oh,
We've got
no.
some tribalism forming in the audience, you know.
Look at that. The waterbending ultimate hits, but
They
is
go right
Connor
back
J,
to punching each other.
yep, is Connor J actually going to use like water area heal or something? That would be hilarious. Oh my
We'll see
lord.
what happens.
Oh my god.
We'll see.
This is Oh yeah, I saw the waterbending
Oh.
folks pop open. Is he gonna do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I told you.
healed
I
himself.
predicted this. No, he didn't heal himself. He healed Caesar. I saw the health thing pop up above Caesar. Area heal. Yeah, Kevin is confirming
They
it. I
healed
knew
both
it.
of them. Oh.
I know. Yeah, now he's healing himself. Oh come on, guys.
Well, you know, hopefully, hopefully they get back into a normal match and we can proceed with the tournament.
Yeah. just
Oh,
gotta-
it looks like it. There we go.
Yeah. All right. The fight, I guess, starts. They're actually. All right. We can see Caesar actually using Fire Rain onto Connor J. And as we said before, right? Fire Armor, for the Vitality build. That's a pretty classic one in my opinion. You get the you get the protection from the fire armor, and then paired together with the Vitality, it's the classic. It's a pretty good firebending build in my opinion. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, definitely. 50 vitality. I mean, it allows him to go for that, more aggressive playstyle without having to worry as much. You know.
oh, and
Oh,
he does
and
take
Caesar
down
comes up.
Connor J. Well
Mhm.
played. And yeah, well, I guess that means that Caesar Suar moves on against Mistaf in the next round. That's going to be interesting. I guess they just wanted to have some fun. I mean, this is a tourney about having fun as well, right? So let's make
That's
sure.
true. That what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way,
Yeah. We're all just.
Muffin said I'd rather get steak in my face than pie, so Connor has a good chance. Well, I'm sorry, Muffin, but you know, I also don't understand that logic. You should rather have pie in your face than steak because you're a muffin. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, yeah. You can
It's
just use
yeah.
exclamation mark bracket, by the way, for the sadness, and that will give you the link to the bracket. Our next fight will be between Clouds, Ice Clouds, one of our new 3D modeling team members, and Kakashi, 69.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and they're already in.
Yeah.
Seems like.
Any predictions?
Honestly, I haven't seen enough of either of them PvP, although I know Kakashi was in the last tournament, so maybe he might have a little bit of an advantage. I don't, I really don't know anything about if any of them have practiced, how much they've practiced, anything like that, so it could really go either way as far as I know.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Clouds' build as a firebender. I feel like this is a bit more well balanced than the build that I saw from Caesar, right? Instead of having 50 points into Vitality, Clouds has 30 points into Strength and 25 into Vitality. So kind of split up that build between Strength and Vitality instead. And then we have
Yep.
Kakashi, who is an Earthbender, who has 15 into Bending Energy Regen, 30 into Strength, and 30 into Vitality.
Yeah, I'm getting word from my anonymous field correspondents that a Kakashi win is more likely in this scenario.
All right, we'll see about that. And we start off with fire armor, actually, and also Earth Wall blocking both of these contestants from hitting each other with a lot. And actually, Clouds dodges the Earth Shackle. They're inside of the Earth Cage, and actually, I was considering to use Solar Burst first there, but I guess they didn't have enough bending energy regeneration for that. We can see Clouds also use the Flare Blitz and the Fire Blast wave combo. It's a classic one at this point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, trying to get Dragon of the West off and not really succeeding. Oh,
And another Shackle misses, and right now Clouds is actually damaging Kakashi a lot, a truckload amount. I feel like Kakashi is really low HP, and you can see that from their
yeah.
playstyle, right? Just jumping away as an Earthbender with Earth Catapult, putting a wall behind them. I don't know whether Kakashi can live on for too much longer anymore. They did dodge, I guess, or
Yeah.
it's the Flare Blitz, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really seems as though Ice Cloud's, heavy reliance on Dragon of the West is really paying off for them. Kakashi seemingly, and Kakashi lost the match. There we go.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
like I
It
think
was really
the biggest
interesting that fight.
I think the biggest
Mm-hmm.
reason
What
also
was?
that the biggest reason that Kakashi lost this was because he got locked up twice in that Earth Cage.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
what my opinion is there.
Dragon of the West is such a good counter to that strategy the Earthbenders do, where they lock themselves in that Earth cage with their opponent. And I guess Kakashi just wasn't expecting Ice Clouds to know such an effective counter and to be so confident with it that they pulled it out immediately.
Yeah, Clouds
It
will
looks
be
like I'm going
moving
to
on.
need to fire. It looks like I'm
Sorry.
going to need to fire my anonymous field reporter.
Well, Clouds will be moving on to fight against Coffee in the next round, and now we have 77 versus Banana Slug. Banana Slug, a relatively new player as far as I know. I haven't seen a lot of them yet, so I would definitely give the upper hand to 77 here. What are your takes on this?
Yeah, I would have to go ahead and give the upper hand to 77. He's a more established PvPer. Um, and once again, my anonymous field agent trying to get their job back, predicting a 77 victory as though it's not that, as though it's a difficult pick.
I mean, you also see like 50 movement speed investment by Banana Slug on an airbender. It's questionable,
Mhm.
but without further ado, let's get this fight off the ground and
You know,
see how they will perform.
yeah, I would actually say that Banana Slug has a really solid build. It seems like um, they have enough points in everything that it really gives the impression of a very deliberate build. You know, there were no excess points randomly slapped into stats that they, weren't too confident in. Seems really deliberate.
Well, I guess 77 is giving Banana Slug a little bit of extra space right now. Probably also knowing that they're a pretty new player, doesn't want to, BM them by like rolling over them entirely, um,
Hmm.
and gives them some space as well, which is nice. Thank you for that, 77. It's always nice to see new players get a bit of a shot. But the shackle hits, and Banana Slug is hit by a couple of moves already. Some Pebble Gatling guns, some Earth Blasts.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, 77. I honestly can't tell at this point if he's being honorable or if this is just BM.
I think he's being honorable. I don't think 77 is a person who would also like knowing 77's character. I don't think he would actually be a person who would BM like this. I mean, you can see he is actively just trying to give them a bit of space, right? He's not actually just like crowd spamming, for example, right? That's something like if somebody would be BMing, that's something they would be doing. They're just giving a bit of
That's
extra
fair.
space to Slug.
77 refuting me in local chat mid-match saying it's not BM Cop K. There
Yeah,
we are.
exactly, right? It's not BM. He's just trying to give him some extra space.
Yeah.
But yeah, as we kind of predicted, Banana Slug, a newer player facing a more experienced player like 77, is bound to go down against them. It's
Yeah.
Banana Slug wasn't able to hit any of their moves, while 77 did hit a lot of his.
It's also being pointed out to me now that 77 didn't use their WASD keys the entire match. All of the movement they had was via movement spells like Earth
Okay.
Dodge and Earth Catapult, things like that.
All right. Now we have a fight between Gent, a pretty peculiar, interesting build. Like it's a pretty well balanced in my opinion. 20 penetration, 35 strength, 15 vitality, just 5 bending energy regeneration. I think that Earthbenders would want a bit more, but I don't really know too much about Earthbending, so I'm not gonna talk about it too much, I guess. So,
Hmm.
any opinions?
Any opinions? Gent has always been a favorite. Redacted, once again, a seemingly newer player. I'm gonna go ahead with it, predicting a Gent victory, but once again, I'm not too comfortable making predictions with these players that I'm not too familiar with. Could really, could be an upset, right?
All right. So Redacted does have 75 points into Vitality as well as a Waterbender. It's going to be pretty interesting. But wait,
Hmm.
1 second. No Water Arena. Wait, we have to
Yeah.
reset this fight. Reset this fight, please.
Yep.
1 second.
This is gonna need to be reset.
Uh, we're looking into it. We're definitely looking into it.
Hmm.
The Waterbending arena should have been there. We're gonna look into why it didn't.
Yeah.
But
Well, it looks like we had an uncharacteristic drought.
yep,
Thank you,
Katara in
Misstep,
the
for saying
desert. Katara in the desert, like, bro, just make water. Yeah,
that. Just make water. Yeah, very easy.
just make the water happen.
Just use your sweat. If you're a really good waterbender, you're resourceful, right?
Yeah, just bloodbend yourself, forehead, and then just
Easy.
hydrate the air, right? You can grab some water particles, some H2O out of the air, right? There's plenty of resources you can utilize if you're just a good waterbender. If you're skilled enough, you could. Oh, by the way, yep. I gotta agree with the gamer president here. We're sponsored by Porky's Litchi Nuts Farm, So Porky's Litchi Nuts farm. If you guys need any Litchi Nuts, go to Porky probably, I guess. And Cupcase
Cupcase,
drug.
okay.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I exclusively sell Advil. Nothing bad.
Yeah. The druggiest drugs in the OP. All right.
Thank you
We're
for
gonna.
that, Jet. Much appreciated.
Yeah, we're waiting for the organizers to get everything ready. But yeah, so just talking about Gent right here. He has 20 points into penetration. I don't really usually see Earthbender spec to penetration. I I would personally, if I were to be him, I would have probably put those points into betting energy regeneration. Do you have any idea what the reasoning behind the investment into penetration is?
Penetration? Well, you see, as in most other games, just because of the way the math works out, penetration seems to do a lot better on percent damage abilities. So, like, penetration used to be really meta for a lot of airbenders that were really confident in hitting their air spears. That was always a really good option for them. Um, Nowadays, I am not entirely confident in the way penetration is being used. Pardon me.
No problem.
Although it does seem like it's probably a good idea for firebenders with their really aggressive play styles and that damage over time, you know, the tick damage from Dragon of the West and stuff like that, especially going into classes like Earth, right?
Yeah, so our head developer is also looking into why the arena is not proccing. We're, for some reason, it just stopped being, it stopped working, so we gotta make sure we find out why it happens. Perhaps reset the elements of certain players. We'll see what will happen. Please stand by. Oh, I think that. All right. There we
And it
go.
looks like we got it. Oh,
Oh.
hold on.
Yep, you know, some beautiful Go Cow magic right there. Just
Yep.
no one's
Our,
fighting for my entertainment. Wow, wow, Bergen.
no. Very entitled of you, Bergen. You know. Oh. Yeah, and it looks like wow, we have almost 70 people online. We're looking like June numbers again, aren't we?
Yeah,
I'm really
really
glad people come
awesome.
out for these tournaments. It really makes the month.
Yeah, better move to the fishbowl arena to finish the tournament. Then we're just gonna start fighting underwater, guys. That's basically what it's going to be. Basically, like those Super Mario underwater levels.
Definitely. It's gonna be a water level tournament, guys.
Uh, should I just broadcast? If you wish to be entertained, feel free to watch our awesome stream at Play Avatar and at Twitch.tv/Play Avatar MC. There we go. Not plugging
There
at
we go.
all. Easy.
Definitely not a shameless plug.
Definitely not a shameless plug. Just plugging it out there. Let's have some fun, people. Who knows some cool nursery rhymes? Cupcake actually made a beautiful nursery rhyme himself. I'm not sure if we
Poem.
shared
Hey, let's not
It's-
belittle my work here.
it.
It's poetry.
it's you know,
You
it's an
know,
nursery rhyme.
you can make of it what you'd like. It's definitely completely original. You know, no inspiration. You know, nothing like that. All entirely made by Alternius Guo Cow and myself. There you go, guys.
Well, I guess there's
Oh,
no real
that's the
NDA in
wrong one. That's the wrong one.
there.
Pardon
You can
me.
read it out loud. I don't think there's an NDA in there, but make
That's
sure
the
you
original
actually
one.
use the proper number there. Oh my God, you didn't use the proper number. All right, let's read
I
this.
used the wrong one. I had sent the one that was written by Caesar. Thank you, Caesar, for contributing to the.
3 tasks for the admins under the sky. 5, not 7, because there's only 5 mods. 5 for the
Oh.
mods in their towers of white. 9 for mortal team members doomed to die. 140 Fire Lord, who's just alright, me, I guess. Just alright, guys. In the land of the team where the shadows lie, one task to rule them all, one task to find them, one task to bring them all, and in the drama, bind them in the land of AMC where the shadows lie. Such a
There we
beautiful
go.
nursery
Perfect.
rhyme.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Alternius and kill me.
All right, I
All
think
right,
we're ready.
we're ready to go into the
Yep,
next match.
ready.
Yep.
And the countdown is starting in 3, 2, 1, and we're off. We have Gent versus Redacted. Porky, wake up, Porky! Oh wait, never mind. Porky is actually there. I'm not in Porky anymore. My bad.
Porky's on it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Porky. But yeah, all right. So the fight between Gent and Redacted. Redacted is actually just locked up behind a cage, and we saw some sandstorm and some shatter from Gent onto Redacted. I'm not sure what is happening between those two. It seems like they're lagging a bit. Is the server fine? The server should be fine, but
I'm not entirely sure what Gent's getting up to here. No, okay. Gent's he's right back into it.
So yeah, it's
basically seemed to
basically
give him a moment out of courtesy.
yeah, basically it's that use of sandstorm that we've already warned about before, guys, can have some impact on the server. So please try and avoid using Blizzard and sandstorm if you can. And Redacted does go down. Redacted was basically just like walking around during the entire fight, not able to really do much against Gent. With Redacted, rest in pepperonis. But yeah, please refrain. Let's broadcast that as well. Please refrain from using Sandstorm or Blizzard. So yeah,
Your ego has a very important question. Try and avoid using Blizzard and Sandstorm. Why is it not a rule then? You see, we've had problems in the past with banning moves, but players still having access to those moves and then accidentally using them. We don't want to put a hard ban in place, so we're not going to disqualify you from the tournament or anything if you use these moves. Just be aware of it, for everybody, and try to be courteous for everybody else's, viewing experience, right? We want to keep it as smooth as possible.
All right, so the next fight is between Banana Virus and Neutrino Boy, and this one is up in the air in my opinion. I feel like both of them are pretty equally skilled to each other. Both of them have a pretty well distributed stat line. Is there anything you'd like to say before we start this fight, Kapik?
Yeah, you know what? I'm having a very hard time predicting this match. Banana Virus did, if I remember correctly, incredibly well in the last tournament, especially for it being their first tournament. But then again, I can't shake the feeling that Newt's experience will probably take the match here.
All right, and this fight starts immediately with Neutrino Boy using Fire Armor, Flare Blitz, and Fire Blast Wave, but misses, I think, both the Flare Blitz and the Fire Blast Wave. Banana Virus seems to keep his distance for a while and actually got lit on fire a little bit right there. Nice fire kick back, hitting Banana Virus right there, but the shock as a counter to it. Yeah, we can see the fire jet trying to trace Banana Virus pathing and catch him in the air with the Fire Blast Wave. Some flame shots as a poke. I feel like Banana Virus hasn't really delivered a lot of damage back to Neutrino Boy yet.
No, he hasn't. Yeah, you know what I will say about Banana Virus? He has a very distinctly pre-0.6 airbending style, like lobby airbending style. The style that Jay talked. Oh, yeah, it's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
It really seems a lot like the style that J-Tox and I and kind of Vince were known for back in the summer when we would play air a lot. A lot of reliance on air gust, and there's a very good reason we don't play in tournaments anymore because it doesn't really work out very well anymore for us, right? So.
Also, I guess you're casting the tournament, so it's kind of hard to participate in the 30 anyway.
Well,
but at the same time, like what we just saw right there was, for example, a firebomb hitting Banana Virus. Banana Virus was unable to actually cancel their wind slam in time and defuse the fire ticks. Banana Virus just got hit a lot And actually, one of the reflex of that flame blast, flame shot, sorry, hit back onto Neutrino Boy.
Yeah.
But as you can see, Banana Virus is just removed from the field. Well played by Neutrino.
Yeah. Yeah. Kevin
Roll.
Y3 bringing up a really important point in chat that Banana Virus really seemed to be adapting to Newt's playstyle mid-match there. It's only a shame he didn't have more time to really figure out how it was going to go.
I'm actually seeing somebody in Twitch chat who's saying, "Oh no, I forgot time zones are a thing. Now I missed it. I would have lost anyway." I'm just wondering if Destiny Dragon, are you Dragon One Kenobi? Because that person is still in the brackets. We're moving on to our second round in a moment, which is going to start with Muffin Sword versus Aggressor, and after that, it's Dragon One Kenobi versus Actual D. So if Destiny Dragon, if you are Dragon One Kenobi, you're not out yet. You would have a fight. Oh, you're okay. You're zero lane zero. I'm sorry for that. Rip. Oh, apparently Dragon One Kenobi is also Dragon One Kenobi on Twitch. Well, we are preparing for this fight between Muffin and Aggressor, and actually Muffin picking Firebending. He's been practicing Firebending lately, so just a decently well distributed stat distribution, right? Some bending energy regen, some protection, strength, vitality, the usual thing.
Definitely, yeah. So, so we have Aggressor on water. Let's have a quick review of their stats.
And,
so it's, Aggressor with a 25-25-25 split in penetration, strength, and vitality. Really strong build for Firebenders.
Yeah, basically,
I'm really happy to see.
Muffin suggested them that build, right? So.
Yeah.
But
I'd just like to reiterate. Yeah, I'd just like to reiterate that I'm really happy to see people make use of the penetration stat. I think it's a really good missed opportunity that a lot of people don't really use to its full potential.
I mean, we can kind of see Muffin actually landing. Oh my god, he even landed a couple of ticks of Firewall. I think Muffin is actually destroying Aggressor right now with a lot of really important combos hitting Aggressor. We've seen a third Flare Blitz and Fire Blast wave, and oh my god, I said this before,
Wow.
and the Fire Rain, multiple flame shots. Aggressor was just completely destroyed in that entire fight. Well played by Muffin for a very, very convincing win. That right there does remind me of Incog, and I feel like Muffin might be able to challenge Incog. Who knows? Who knows what will happen?
Definitely, the aggression there, the unmitigated aggression there is definitely a little bit reminiscent of Incognito's playstyle.
True. Our next fight is between Dragon One Kenobi and Ashel D. Well, let's see. Wait a second. What element is Dragon One Kenobi? Let me just quickly check. Dragon Round Kenobi is air. Okay, it's air versus air. That's an interesting one.
I really love airbending. I love these fights. Well, I can't wait to see how this goes down.
I mean, do you think that Ashel will go for the one-shot combo?
I would very much hope he doesn't. Once again, my anonymous field agent is predicting an Eshel D victory. I would really hope he doesn't go for the one-shot combo. It's so much harder to hit on more mobile classes, especially people with more experience in those mobile classes. So I really hope he goes for a more solid, well-rounded airbending playstyle and shows people that airbending is still capable of earning victories.
Yeah, and the fight starts with actually just jumping up in the sky and Dragon Ron and Kenobi basically playing this as an earthbender on the floor. So already two very distinct different playstyles.
Yeah, and you'll notice that the very first thing Eshel D did was he tried for the one-shot combo. If he's that confident about it, I have to say that all power to him.
Well, that Wind Slam actually missed, and I'm not sure if Ashel has a proper control over the one-shot combo anymore. I mean, I've seen this attempt on and on in the past tournaments, and it seems like he lost that groove that he initially started with. But perhaps he can commit on it and actually land it successfully onto Dragon Rand. But the first attempt was unsuccessful.
Well, I wouldn't say that he's lost his groove necessarily. Maybe he's, going for more. How would I say this? Maybe he's going for incomplete versions of the one-shot combo, knowing that the full version of it is too hard to hit. That just hitting partial versions of it will do reasonable amounts of damage and still be decisive for the match. But who's to say?
The thing is, like, I just don't understand why you would try this against an airbender, right? An airbender can just air jump in the air and move out. I mean, I see this.
Mhm.
It's being attempted multiple times. We can see that Ashel D is trying it, but Dragon Ran can just air jump horizontally out of the field entirely, and like you should kill him by
Oh,
damaging him like this, basically just using Wind Slam and
yeah,
hitting it completely, right? That's
that's a
basically
full wind slam. Yeah.
that was really nuts indeed. Well played.
Yeah, you know what? I would say at this point, given Esheldy's confidence in this match, that it might be a little presumptuous of us to say, well, we think he's trying for the one-shot combo and he's failing. Maybe he's trying something else entirely. We just haven't seen it before, so we don't really
But
know what he's going for.
that could definitely be true, but where we do see Ashel is using Wind Carry quite often to try and knock Dragon Ran up in the sky, and that's basically the start of the one-shot combat. But actually, look at that beautiful bait by Ashel D, completely baiting Dragon Ran into using Wind Slam and dodging it completely, getting out of the way. And now that move is on a large cooldown, and he tried to do that air shock combo with the one-shot combo again, but sadly missed.
Mhm.
Ah, and another Wind Slam missed. But at least, I feel like Ashel D is ahead in terms of damage. So,
Oh, easily, yeah.
this is
He's been
probably
landing
his.
those. Yeah, yeah. What's going on here is kind of interesting. Eshel's doing a lot of flashy things that kind of distract from the fact that in between all these flashy things, he's really consistently hitting those high damage air spears, right? And I think those are going to be the deciding factor for him, to be honest with you.
Yep, I do agree. I think it's a poke, the sustained poke, that will decide this fight. And I just haven't seen enough from Dragon Ran hit. And as you see, once again, Ashel D keeps hitting. And don't forget, I mean, Wind Carry does some damage. And here we see it. That was the last poke that hit onto
Hmm.
Dragon Ran Kenobi. Rest in peace, Dragon Ran Kenobi. Beautiful effort, but Ashel
Yeah,
won a poke battle basically, and will be facing
yeah,
Muffin
definitely.
in the next
At
round.
the Absolutely. At the risk of some commentator bias here, I really hope to see you go far, Eshel. I want to see Airbenders really, get up there into the semifinals and hopefully the finals. But we'll see.
Well, this is one of those big fights, everybody. Caesar Swore versus Mistaf. Caesar on a
Hmm.
Firebender. Interesting to see how this is going to play out. Mistaf is a bit more rusty in our experience, basically, than Caesar. Caesar has been practicing a lot more lately. Any idea how this fight is going to turn out?
Honestly, not a clue. Mistef has been kind of away for the past week and a half, 2 weeks. Um, but then again, he's got so much experience on water that I'm not entirely
True.
sure that'll even make a difference. Caesar going in with firebending, I'm not entirely familiar with his firebending experience as well. So, I would not honestly feel comfortable making a solid prediction here.
Well, we are ready, and we will start the fight in three. I think three. There we go. 3, 2, 1, and the fight starts. And immediately from the get-go, we see some flame shots being aimed at Mistaf. But I feel like, I mean, right now, just judging
Hmm.
off of these first initial couple of movesets, I feel like Caesar is the rusty person here instead of Mistaf. Like, quite some moves that have completely missed their aim. Um, if Flare Blitz into a Fire Rain is completely dodged out of as well, and he is taking retaliation damage from Mistaf quite a bunch.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, this is exactly the kind of match I wanted to see from these two guys. Such an explosive start to it, and they've remained incredibly mobile the entire time.
That is true.
Nothing boring about this whatsoever.
Yeah, and they keep kind of like shoving back and forth between the second and third pool, basically, the pool without the leaves. Um, I guess that's a conscious choice as well, because Misstep wants to avoid that third or first pool basically with the airbending, with the Earth platform in the middle. Um, However, I feel like Misstep definitely has a massive advantage, even though Caesar is landing quite some moves, and Misstep actually
Yeah.
baited Caesar into trying to go in like hard onto the ice cage, though Caesar does have his fire armor up right now, so we'll be taking significantly less damage.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say Misstep has gotten significantly more damage at this fight so far, but
Yeah, I
I think
agree with
Caesar
that.
still has an opportunity to change it. Although Caesar is taking a lot more of a defensive positional play right
Yeah.
now, so
I feel like it's over for Caesar right now. As I said, it's over for Caesar right now.
yeah.
Everybody, Misstep moves on to the next round, proving that okay, I can go on a hiatus for a couple of weeks, but I can still definitely wipe one of the most experienced players uh, that is currently also actively PvPing just off the map completely. That was a very convincing victory by Misstep. Well played.
Mm.
GG.
Consistent throughout the match. Yeah,
Yeah,
really
yeah.
very few mistakes from Misstep there. That's exactly what made him such a strong, a scary person to PvP against in the summer. You know, it really makes me really happy to see him, kind of back in his former glory from the summer.
All right, so we have Clouds versus Coffee. Um, Fire versus Air. I feel like Fire versus Air is one of those matchups where aggression really counts. That is really what seems to be the thing that makes the Firebender pull off ahead of the Airbender. And if you play passively and play for this poke fight, you're not going to be able to come ahead in that regard, especially because the air spear does still do significant damage and travels quickly. Is harder to dodge than the flame shot. I guess we're ready to start, and I'll just have the countdown start soon. And 3, 2, 1, and start. And we see a fire armor immediately from Clouds. Um, Using the fire jet to try and trace, just like we saw a couple of fights ago as well. Actually hits Coffee in the sky with a fire rain. That was really important right there. That hit connected and uses the
Hmm.
fire blast wave while Coffee is in the sky. Actually catches Coffee
Hmm.
with that fire
Yeah.
blast wave.
Coffee using the wind rush at the very end there to negate the fall damage of it. Oh,
Another fire
another
rain
fire
next.
rain hit midair.
Yep.
Wow.
So I feel like already Clouds is way ahead of Coffee at this point. Can Coffee bring it
Yeah.
back with the fire kickback? Oh my god, actually hits the wind slam right on the edge. A full on wind
Oh, and
slam
he
actually.
cancels it though.
Yeah, and then
He
actually
cancels the
gets
wind
hit.
flame, interestingly enough. Yeah.
And he also
It could have
gets
been
hit
calculated
back.
to avoid the solar burst as well, though, too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
he
I
gets
just
he
want to
gets hit by a couple of points by the solar burst. That's basically the only thing I wanted to say right there.
absolutely, yeah. So I just want to point out that it really seems like Coffee's playstyle here kind of relies a little too heavily on very low damage options. He's using Wind Carry a lot, which is notorious for its very low damage. Not really hitting those air spears. Yeah, I guess with the exception of Wind Slam.
That was an interesting play right there. He used wind carry to knock back the flare blitz, basically stopping the flare blitz right before it arrived. That was pretty funny.
Mm.
That was a pretty epic moment right there. But yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like Coffee doesn't have too much to go off of anymore. He's been hit by a couple of yep. There we
yeah.
go.
I
He's
would
been hit.
definitely say if Coffee wants to improve his game a little bit, he needs to focus on some more high damage options.
Yep.
He
Well
seems to be a
played.
very good player, like really good reactions and things like that, but otherwise, yeah.
But yeah, Ice Clouds will be facing Mistaf in the next round. That's gonna be a tough one for Clouds right there. So good luck to them in the next round.
Hmm.
We have 77 versus Euro Shadow, another really big clash of titans, basically uh, matching up against each other. I would always kind of give this fight to Euro Shadow, given the amount of wins they have had throughout the entire series of tournaments that we've had. Also, pretty interesting build from Shadow: 35 bending energy regeneration, and then 10-10-10-10, split across penetration, protection, strength, and vitality. It's a pretty peculiar one. We haven't really seen something like that.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm getting word from the Avatar MC analyst desk that the prediction for this fight is going to be you are a shadow. You
You
are a
say
shadow,
that, but
pardon me.
Shadow is on Earth. I actually didn't realize this before, but Shadow is not on water. He's
Oh,
on Earth.
he is. Yeah, that's
So
interesting. I wondered that. Yeah, I was wondering why the map wasn't changing. Yeah, 77. It's an Earth mirror match. 77 versus Shadow, and 77, definitely does have the more experience on Earth. But I guess we'll see.
we'll see, definitely. First Shackle immediately already misses, uses the cage basically as an Earth wall. It's also pretty interesting. Um,
Hmm.
and both Shackles miss. So basically, it's now a waiting game where 77 is just scootering away, surfing away,
Oh,
but
he
does
caught
get
him off the surf.
yep, does
Yeah.
cancel out of it. Pretty even trades thus far. I feel like Shadow is a tiny bit ahead of the damage trade right now, but at this
Yeah.
point, it's basically like whoever can hit the shackle first and then capitalize on that damage. Oh, that
Hmm.
was, and also
That's
missed.
a
So
missed
he missed.
shackle from 70. Yeah.
Yeah, missed both the shackle and the shatter. So Shadow is basically out of cooldowns right now and has to wait for his cooldowns to come back up. But yeah, yeah, and as I said
Oh,
before, the
there's
shackle hits,
shackle.
and 77 is actually capitalizing on it. Some Pebble Gatling gun and coin, but isn't able to
Yeah.
capitalize too much on it because of that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how Shadow was able to get out so quickly. That's an interesting way to actually fight. Holy moly! Look at that. He just used 77 used this Earth cage and then fired off the projectiles across the corner of the Earth cage. That was a pretty interesting move right there. But
Hmm.
Shadow countering that with the boulder toss of his own. Uh, but yeah, it's a pretty even fight thus far. Both of them are trading blows and not playing passive at all. They're not waiting for cooldowns whatsoever. So this is a pretty
Yeah.
interesting fight. And
Oh,
Shadow
and
catches
there's the
him.
shackle.
This is a counter
Yeah.
shackle. So
Shadow
is it
able
going
to
to be?
capitalize.
And
Yeah.
another counter shackle. So is it going to? What is going to happen right now? Oh, he didn't hit the cage
Yeah.
with the shatter, so he wasn't able to capitalize on the shackle right there.
Yeah. I would say that Shadow's just done a far better job so far of capitalizing on shackles. He's been able to get a lot more damage off following those shackles. Um,
True.
yeah.
Oh, another
Which just seems
shackle
to be a
hit.
theme in this fight. Overall.
Oh my lord, that was
And
it.
there it is.
That was it. Oh, that last shackle was just basically destruction right there. Earth blast, earth coin, pebble gatling gun, and the shatter would have also hit. That shatter that would have hit, but he was already dead. Stop beating him. He's already dead. Rest in
He's
pepperoni.
already dead.
Rest in pepperoni 77. Holy moly, that's a scary, scary way to see your shadow on Earth. I would have never expected this. This is interesting. I'm really interested to see how this is going to pan out. I don't know who will win this tournament whatsoever. This is going to be anyone's game at this point.
Hmm. Hmm. All right, yeah. Looks like we're going into Cafe Man and Super Haggis next round, huh?
Yep, Cafe Man versus Super Haggis. Two, I guess, less experienced players on our servers when it comes down to bending. I think that Super Haggis is a bit more experienced than Cafe Man. Cafe Man, notoriously famous for joining the bending tournament purely for the participation rewards. Just gonna call you out there, bud. Just
And hey,
maybe.
you can't forget the raffles. He is what, a
Yep,
three-time raffle winner now?
I think 2 times, right? I think it was twice.
Two-time raffle winner, soon to be three-time.
Still,
We'll
still
see.
really, it's really nuts that RNG right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Oh,
Go ahead.
absolutely. I'm gonna have to go ahead and predict a Super Haggis victory for this one. No offense, Cafe, but we know why you joined the tournaments, and it really just seems like Haggis is in it to win it.
All right, cool. We are seeing that Cafe Man is currently busy distributing their stat points. So let's currently see
Hmm.
what they're working with right now. Cafe Man, as an Earthbender, has 14 points invested right now into protection. Still 61 available stat points. We're gonna wait for them to invest it. And in the meantime, we are looking at Super Haggis 1 through 3, who has 15 bending energy regen, 15 protection, and 15 vitality, and the rest 30 into strength. Decent. I see this often, right? So it's bending energy regeneration, and then some protection, strength, vitality. There is either a lot of vitality or less vitality, but more damage. Sometimes people go for a bit extra protection. I don't necessarily know whether the protection right there is as valuable, given the fact that you're going to be in fire armor in a lot of that during the lot of that fight, and then the protection kind of helps less. So you probably want to have more stat points in another stat than protection for a firebender. But still, interesting, interesting ideas. And I guess Mr. Cafe Man seems to be done with their stat points, and he has 75 points in protection. All right, that's that's an easy one.
Mm-hmm.
There we go, 75
Yep.
points in protection.
Yeah.
He's like,
So I'd
I
like to
quit
point
if I
out.
win 30. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'd like to point out that this is a time-honored earthbending strategy, notably first utilized to its full capacity by Luffy Cobb back in the summer when there was a big tiff over spirit towers and stuff. Back when we had 150 stat points available to players, he would put all 150 in armor protection, then he would use his full energy earth armor and have 100% damage mitigation. I don't know if the numbers quite add up to 100% damage mitigation anymore.
Not
I
anymore,
expect
definitely
they don't, but it'll still be a ridiculous amount of damage mitigation. We'll see how that pans out. If Cafe Man chooses to use earth armor.
not. So yeah, we're ready. They're ready, and we're starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Fire versus, and you can see the burnout as well. So you can definitely see. I don't think Haggis actually invested into penetration, did he? Let me just quickly check that in the meantime. But Haggis already starting with the burnout and the fire
Dragon of
armor.
the West.
Yep, and has zero penetration, right? Yeah, he has zero penetration in general. So he gets hit by the shackle, but Cafe Man really isn't capitalizing at all on this. Just earth surfs around a little bit. Yeah, well.
Yeah, I'd like to point out that Cafe Man.
Oh, I think you just.
Pardon me, sorry guys. I'd like to point out that Cafe Man has already been hit.
Yep, he's taking damage, and he's getting hit by fire takes. So you can definitely see some of these
Yeah.
damage values hitting him. It's definitely taking damage, even though he has earth armor on. And right now, you also saw 10, 10, 11. And he's not really retaliating whatsoever. So I feel like Haggis just got this in the bag. I don't see Cafe Man actually hitting them back at all. Just like walking around. But dude, this isn't like a village where you just walk around and go into a market. This is a bending arena, right? It's an arena. You have to fight here. You're not looking for an NPC to buy food from.
Yeah. Oh, is Haggis now hitting him with a fist? He is.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of BM from Haggis.
Oh boy. Oh no, never mind. Going back to the
Let's hope
fireman thing.
Yep, and that's his third Dragon of the West. Oh, that's
Yep.
a full tick Dragon of the West too. Yep. There we go.
Rest in pepperonis.
Commentators are going off on Cafe Man right now. We have no problems with Cafe Man. He knows what he's about. We know what he's about.
Yep.
He's here for those rewards. We have no problem with that. All the better. More people that join, the better, right?
And by the way, Bergen, these soundtracks are made by our own team, so yeah, we can't use any soundtracks that aren't really, not from our server. I guess we could use free, like royalty-free soundtracks, but at the same time, we do have our own soundtracks, and we have now our own soundtrack team, so we're pretty proud of their compositions. And the
right.
next fight is Incog versus Gent. Oof, that's a fight right
Previous
there.
tournament winner. Yeah. Wow, this is going to be really interesting. This is going to be an explosive match. We'll see how aggressive Gent chooses to go in response to Incognito's infamous hyper aggression with fire. Yeah, should be really interesting to watch.
let's not make our players or wait for any longer. The countdown is starting right now in 3, 2, 1. We want to see this fight. Burnout, Fire Armor, immediately you can see he wants to go in. Already hits the Flare Blitz, didn't use Fire
Yeah.
Blast Wave.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. The Fire Blast Wave hits. Shackle misses. Oof, Gent is in deep trouble right now. Actually, he fell down. He fell down in the hole in the wall right there. He had to use Fire Jet to get out of it.
Yeah. Unlucky position. Yeah.
But yeah,
Once
you
again,
can see
very. Yeah. That's a.
impressive as hell, man. This
Mhm.
guy. And Dragon of the West keeps on hitting. I think 3 or 4 ticks right there. It was really big right there. Incog already really massively ahead in terms of damage versus Gent. And Gent is
Mhm.
oh yeah, there it goes. And misses that shackle again. The fire rain also missed right there. But now, Incog has his fire armor up, so it's not really going to be taking a lot of damage. Gent.
Yeah. I'd just like to say really quickly, we're seeing just a perfect example of why Incog is so scary to fight, just because of his just stellar aim. You know, he lands so many of those fire shots that it's just, or those flame shots. Pardon me. That it's just it's so hard to counter, right?
And right there, another Fire Blast wave hit after the Flare Blitz, and oh yeah, he hit the Flare Blitz this time. Another Shackle misses. Now Gent has to get away out of the Fire Rain. It's unbelievable. Look at none of these Pebble Gatling guns are hitting him. Not even the Earth Blast. Holy moly! This guy is weaving, dodging, like basically a Muhammad Ali right here. I mean, it's insane.
Mhm. Yeah, Gent is doing such an incredible job at dodging. Yeah.
Uh,
He seems to be. Yeah.
I was more so talking about like Incog right there. I mean, I understand that
Yeah.
Gent is doing whatever he can, but Gent is getting hit quite a bunch. Another shackle misses. He hasn't been able to land one shackle during this entire fight yet.
Mm.
I I don't know.
Well,
This fight looks over to me right now.
yeah, I mean, regardless of how much damage Gent has taken, and I'm still firmly in the incognito camp here on who's gonna win. I just think Gent is doing such an admirable job of saving those earth dodges and using them at the perfect timing to escape Incognito's flame shot barrages.
That right there, by the way, the fire kickback being used to dodge the earth shackle right there, that shows a bit of that creativity that Incog possesses to dodge out of these narrow moves. And right there, you can see Flare Blitz and Gent is gone. This is insane. Like this guy,
Very
he's
close
in
match.
prime form. It's just so beautiful to see. I love watching these fights. You can see other people are trying to mimic his playstyle, but they're not at his level. It's insane. Every single time I watch this player, unbelievable.
Hmm.
I'm really glad he joined our QA team.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome Incog to Quality Assurance. We're glad to
Yep,
have you. I'd also like to say, honestly, I think both competitors there showed just an excellent level of skill and understanding of the game. I think Jet definitely deserves some praise as well.
definitely, 100%. Uh,
That was some of the best dodging I've ever seen out of an Earthbender.
So yeah, Joey Cheese, a relatively new player versus Neutrino Boy, both firebenders, so this is a firebending mirror. I feel like, since I don't know much about Joey Cheese, yeah, they are probably the underdog here. Pretty peculiar
Hmm.
stat distribution all across the board. Some basically an average stat distribution across all 6 stats. Like more bending energy regen, strength and vitality, but still kind of a decently equal stat distribution. I feel like we're ready. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, not much other than I'm predicting a neat victory, but I'm really hoping Joey Cheese can show us some really interesting stuff.
So the fight starts with a burnout by Neutrino Boy and the fire armor by Joey Cheese, and actually followed up by another fire armor immediately by Neutrino Boy. Actually, Joey Cheese is going pretty aggressive onto Neutrino Boy, and both fire armors have timed out, so it's Neutrino Boy with burnout versus Joey Cheese without. This is a pretty interesting dance. It looks like a bit of a tango. They're just fire jetting across each other. We saw Neutrino Boy yeah, launching a fire rain, and which hit
Hmm.
Joey Cheese.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, it's interesting you use dance because that is very much what it looks like. It's almost so complex that it's hard to keep track of the particles, especially in the beginning of the bout there when they were all just using all of all of the tools they had at their disposal.
And there's this, I gotta commend Joey Cheese on this for them being this new and like fighting the way they are doing. They are definitely launching back at Neutrino Boy with some real capability right there. The Fire Rain hit Neutrino Boy, and he actually got stuck in there for a couple of seconds, getting hit by that fire tick. Um, but yeah, Joey Cheese, you're on fire, buddy. Use that heat control to diffuse a fire. You can see some of these rookie mistakes right there, but
Hmm.
it's still a pretty
Yeah, this
close
is
fight.
by no means a one-sided fight. All praise to Joey Cheese there. Coming out in
Yeah.
his first tournament and doing so well. Neutrino Boy eventually taking the victory as predicted. But Joey, nothing to be. You have everything to be proud of in that match. You did incredibly well.
Yeah, great job, Joey, and we hope to see you again in our upcoming tourneys in the upcoming months. I genuinely feel like you have quite a lot of premise to you. Perhaps you could be the new Incog. Who knows? You know, the more firebenders, the merrier. you
Well,
know.
some of our classic pro firebender bias on that side of the caster
You know,
set.
I mean, it's it's Fire Lord Zuko, all right. I mean, if I don't have firebending bias, who does? Another
Well, we've got a fire versus air here, so our biases are kind of clashing.
oh
Ashel
boy.
D, my favorite tournament participant. You got Muffin using your favorite element there. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and say I think Eshel's gonna win.
So yeah, we're in the quarterfinals right now, round three. So this is Muffin versus Actual D, and then afterwards there's Misstep versus Clouds, Shadow versus Super Haggis, Incog versus Neutrino Boy. Quite some big names in these upcoming rounds. These fights are going to be very, very, very explosive. So I can't wait
100%.
for I can't wait
Yeah.
anymore. Let's get this round starting, and we'll see who gets the upper hand here. Muffin showing up really well in his previous fight against Aggressor, but can he do the same thing against Ashel D? Who is really that unique airbender out there. I don't think anybody actually uses airbending like Ashel D does. So
No. Yeah.
I'm curious to see what Ashel will bring to the table against Muffin. But yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. Ashel plays air like I would always imagine an airbender just in the show would act. And it's such a treat for watching.
so
He's
yeah,
just so evasive.
But yeah, you can see he does try to use that wind carry, but I mean, Muffin is an experienced firebender. He uses Flare Blitz or Fire Jet to just get out and make sure that he can't get caught by that one-shot combo. And I don't think that actually specifically trying to use a one-shot combo on Muffin right now. So it's going to be peculiar what his strat is right here.
Yeah, he's hardly touching the ground, is he? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's gonna be able to avoid that fire rain there. Perfect.
So and also, yeah, you can see Ashel is approaching this fight in a very poke focused manner. Just a small little bit of poke. Oh my lord, holy moly, that was actually pretty interesting. And I think Ashel actually just really wanted to go in and finish the job using Wind Slam right there. But Muffin expected it and used Solar Burst right at the end there. I'm curious about how much HP Muffin had at the end. Muffin apparently had 16 hearts left. Holy,
Oh, that's
what a
coming from
gem.
Caesar though, so we can't be too. We can't be too. Oh, okay. Now Muffin's
Yeah.
saying 16 hearts. Wow, that is a sizable difference. Yeah.
Well played. Let
Okay.
me just heal Misstef. He has.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ben.
It's just as you said. Yeah. This entire third round is going to be filled with explosive fights. I really can't wait to see any of them. Not one of these. I'm predicting not a single one of these is going to be too one-sided at one way or the other.
The only one that I would say is remotely one-sided could be Haggis versus Shadow, but I don't know. It's anyone's game at this point. So yeah,
True.
without further ado, let's get this started. Clouds versus Misstef. Fire versus water. I just feel like Misstef has the upper hand on this, but you never know whether the underdog could take it. And immediately we see Mistav going aggressive into the first pool, trying to get close to Clouds to use that water whip. That was a pretty peculiar move right there. Out of the water, basically
Ooh.
like a fish caught out of the water right there. Mistav actually took quite a bunch of damage without being able to
Yeah.
retaliate much back to Clouds.
It really seems like, yeah, it really seems like Clouds learned from watching Caesar's match there and is doing everything they can to keep them out of pools with that Fire Blast Wave there. And knowing that when they are in pools that they need to back off until they see that opportunity to get them out of the pools, right?
And again, I think that Dragon of the West just hit Mistav quite a bunch. I feel like Mistav is under retreat right
Mhm.
now. This is like he's been taking quite a lot of damage without being able to retaliate almost any back to Clouds. And we see that
Mhm.
Ice Cage. Was that an attempt to heal? I don't know.
Very
Def-
creative combo from Misstef there, really morphing the terrain of the arena there. Wow.
Mistav actually was able to retaliate some damage right there back onto Clouds. Like there, right there, another Water Blast hit as well. Clouds seem to have run out of juice a little bit. Clouds, you don't want to be in the water against a Waterbender, but uh,
Mhm. Yeah, you know what? Misstef is really displaying that creativity that I love to see from Waterbenders.
yeah,
Creativity at this
I
level
agree.
that you can only really see from Misstef and
Or, or
ZCVN in
Shadow.
lobby if you're ever to fight him. Shadow
Or
does have
Shadow.
a lot of that creativity too. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it feels like anybody's game at this point because Clouds has been declining throughout the fight and Mistav has been growing throughout the fight. It's like Clouds started
Mhm.
off really well, but I feel like Mistav could take it. Like he's clawed back his health deficit, I think, to a pretty equal point at this point.
It really seems like Misstef's advantage in this fight is that he doesn't really tilt. You know, when people try to counter his strategy, he doesn't get worked up. He doesn't freeze up or anything. He just keeps going.
That
He
Dragon of the
just kept
West,
going with his strategy there. Yeah.
that Dragon of the West hit through that cage, and that was pretty devastating for Mistav right there. I don't know. I feel like Mistav is really low HP at this point. He wants to heal, but he's not allowed to heal. Like that
hmm
Clouds will actually go back into him. Um,
That's a very good steam explosion from Misstef right there.
yeah.
Wow, this is such a close fight. Really enjoyable.
Oh, is he gonna heal? Oh no, 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 still not. Clouds is just watching for it, right? If you heal, you get silence for a couple of seconds. Like that heal could also end up destroying you. But I mean, this is basically at this point a poke fight, and you kind of want to get a bit of extra health in if it's possible, but you just, it's such a hard decision to make. So at this point, you can see he keeps on like dolphin diving between pool 2 and 3, basically, and um,
hmm
and Cloud seems to give him that extra space, which he didn't do at the start of the fight. And I feel like Cloud is making a mistake by doing so. I feel like Cloud is going to die right now because he's just taking so much damage in retaliation, but is not able to hit anything. And he is giving Mistav the space that Mistav wants to, and that's when Mistav, really shines. And there we go.
Yeah.
As I predicted, Clouds
Mm.
does go down, but what an unbelievable fight!
4 hearts. 4 hearts for
Four
Misstef.
hearts.
By no means one-sided. Very close
That
match.
was unbelievable. GG.
Such a
Clouds,
pleasure to watch.
I am so incredibly proud of Klaus right there. That was like I thought he would have been destroyed completely, but what a beautiful performance, especially at the start of that round. I wish they could have kept it on for a bit longer, but they
hmm
sadly allowed Misstef to climb their way back into the game.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, Clouds has so much to be proud of from that match. Really incredible to watch.
This is going to be interesting now because Mischief will be facing Muffin Swar, another Firebender in the next round, as we see Shadow versus Haggis. Shadow again on Earthbending.
hmm Now, you know what? This is interesting. Have we seen Shadow play Incognito in any previous tournaments? Because if he wins this, you know, and Incog wins against Neutrino. It seems like that might be the match to watch.
I think so, yeah, but on water, right? But not on Earth. So as
Yeah.
the fight starts pretty explosively already, your shadow is set aflame by the fire rain and actually hits the shackle, uses a cage, uses boulder toss in the cage. That's a pretty interesting combo. I would have expected a shatter right there. I'm not sure how much
Yeah.
that really did to Super Haggis. But yeah,
It seems like it did a fair bit, to be honest.
does manage to hit a lot of poke right there. This poke should not be underestimated right there. Hits that Earth Blast, a lot of the Pebble Gatling gun, the coin. Right now again, the Shatter. Like he does miss the Shackle right there, but Haggis is by no means ahead of this fight ahead of this fight anymore, and now is trying to do everything he can to get more close towards your Shadow. But I feel like Shadow is ahead at this point in time. He's just landed so much poke. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. It really seems like it's Euro Shadow's fight at this point.
Yep.
Haggis is doing a lot, though.
He is. He is. I mean, I saw him use a couple of more fire rains, but as I said before, well played by Haggis. But Shadow definitely had this fight in the bag. Well played again.
Definitely.
Like no disrespect to Haggis at all, contesting one of these kings of the tournaments, basically, like contesting somebody like your Shadow, who has displayed a clear skill, proficiency in earthbending. It's unbelievable to see how much he can actually contest it. 10 hearts left, so he was half HP. By no means was it a free
Definitely.
fight.
Yeah, we're really seeing Shadow King cement himself as a Hall of Famer of PvP for PvP on this server. You know,
Yep.
being able to perform so incredibly well on water, on non, and now on Earth too. It's really great to see.
So yeah, we have Neutrino Boy versus Incog, fire versus fire for the last round, as far as I know, between in the third round in the quarterfinals. After which we'll have our semifinals. So fire versus fire. I guess Incog does have the reputation of winning the previous two tourneys, so Neutrino Boy is the underdog right now. Can he do it?
Yeah. I guess we'll have to see. Yeah. Oh, looks like King Squirrel has now completely encased his viewing platform in pictures of Iroh.
Yep. Oh
yeah,
my
we'll
god.
get a nice look at that.
Yeah, that looks really pretty. Oh my god, look at that. Uncle Iroh with all that tea right here. It's so pretty. Pretty, get it? Oh my god, I'm just so great at the dad jokes. Oh, yep.
All right, seems like we're ready to head into the next match.
We are ready, and they are ready too. So we're starting off right now. And actually just complete mirror matchup right there. Fire armor, bird out, flare blitz, and a fire blast wave. Basically all the combo right there. But you can see Incog is hitting his moves. He hit his, I think, either fire bomb or fire rain, and Neutrino Boy didn't hit his. So it's still a peculiar poke fight. I mean, we saw some flame shots hit from Neutrino Boy onto Incog.
Yeah.
So this is still anybody's game at this point, to be really honest with you. I saw quite some poke land back onto Incog, so who knows?
This match is absolutely mesmerizing. Hard to keep your eyes off of it. Honestly, I have like very little to say. I just want to watch it, you know?
But oh my lord, I just what just happened? Like I see the solar burst kind of
that was so quick.
The solar burst did hit a bit, but it wasn't too much, and I feel like he has 252 health left. What? What is?
That's absurd. Yeah. I mean, talk about explosive. Like, oh my god, that was crazy.
That was Jesus. I'm out of words. What just happened right there? How did he just live with 250 HP as well? It's unbelievable.
You know, honestly, if I were going up against Incog in the next round, I'd be scared.
Yep.
You know, after watching a match like that, you know, that would have my nerves. You know.
And Euro has lost versus Incog before in the finals. Definitely has lost against Incog before. I definitely remember that we gave Incog the underdog title, and now Shadow has the underdog
Wow.
title.
Real
Yeah,
role
real
reversal there. Yeah.
a nice Uno reverse right there, and we're ready. So let's start our semifinals.
Yeah.
And
I can't wait to
between
see if.
Muffin,
Yeah.
yeah, Muffin and
I can't wait
Misstep
to see if
first.
Muffin will have. Yeah, I can't wait to see if Muffin will have learned from Ice Clouds and Caesar, and maybe look some of the mistakes they made in fighting Misstef. But we'll
Or
see.
will Misstef be collecting Firebenders? You can see already immediately an aggressive start by Muffin Spore onto Misstef, and just does not give any space onto Misstef. Now does suddenly just fire just out. I guess he just needs some energy and goes back in. Flare Blitz, Fire Blast Wave, just a classic combo right there. And
Interesting use of kickback there. Yeah.
yeah, I think that was used to kind of dodge over the splash. I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, again,
Mhm.
another Flare Blitz plus Fire Blast Wave hits both the explosion of the Flare Blitz and the Fire Blast Wave. So I feel like Muffin is slightly ahead at this point. Like Misstef is like firing back, but this is anybody's fight at this point. Especially now,
Mhm.
Muffin has his fire armor up. Oh, not anymore though. And then Fire Rain is coming up, and is it gonna connect? Nope, did
Oh,
not connect.
didn't
Right there.
connect. Very
So
last second dodge from Misstef there. Yeah.
pretty clutch, and I'm just really interested in this water whip technology that Misstef is deploying. I don't know. I haven't really seen people use water whip that often.
Competitively, yeah. Well, the thing is, Water Whip is a move that's
Holy! And
Muffin taking the victory.
Muffin
Wow.
predicted that, because Mistaf kind of, he is creative, but he seems to use this strat a lot, right? So he forms an ice cage and then phase changes
Yeah.
the ice cage into water. He takes a bit of time right there, and instead of just, backing off,
Mhm.
Muffin actually goes in and uses Solar Burst
Yeah.
to deal a lethal blow onto Mistaf. Holy moly!
Yeah.
Muffin
You know what?
Ward.
I'm gonna run a little. Yeah, I'm gonna run a little defense for Misstef on this one. I think he honestly was the best spokesperson for water that we've had in the past couple tournaments. He made water like absolutely. He made water like one of the most interesting elements to watch. It's just solely because of him. Water has been something that I've been looking forward to seeing in the tournament. This tournament so far.
Gotta type that beautiful easy clap right there. If you don't have BTTV, consider installing it as an add-on. Beautiful applause for Warrior Muffin. Who's like, what just happened? In practice, I've never beaten Mista once. He beat me like 20 times. And now well, you just gotta beat him once during the tourney. Practice doesn't matter, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it does.
tourneys when it all comes to a head. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
So yeah, this is the
And
last semifinal between Incog and Euro Shadow. It's gonna be an interesting
Mhm.
one. And yeah, we're starting in 3, 2, 1, and off we go. Just beautiful. Of course, we always see this, right? Burnout plus fire armor goes aggressively
Mhm.
onto the earthbender, no matter who his opponent is. Incog just goes into their face and just dodges everything while moving onto them. Actually, that Flare
Mhm.
Blitz and Fire Blast Wave both missed right there. So gotta hand it over to
Mhm.
Shadow. Shadow is doing a lot of really nice dodging, and as I said, I cursed your Shadow, and he gets hit by 2 flame shots and misses his own shackle. Rest in pepperonis. I cast a cursed Shadow right there. Though he does
Oh
actually
wow.
manage to hit the Shadow back, and the Fire Rain is
Oh,
actually hit back as well. So
the
this is,
fire rain. Yeah. The
but
fire
look
rain
at that
hit, but
torch.
didn't do any fire tick damage. Yeah.
Look at that torch. This is something I see Incog doing over and over again. In the previous tournaments, I've
Yeah.
seen him do this as well. So he does use that torch in order to blind his opponents. He's the only firebender I see doing this. Another
Well,
shackle
he
actually
actually.
hit, but you can see it right there. He placed the torch down.
Interestingly enough, we saw Ice Clouds use that as well in their previous matches. You know, to little avail, but it still was used a couple times. Definitely.
But but
Seems
right
people
there,
are learning from Incog. Mhm.
but right there, what you saw, right? He is. I think. think, I'm not sure, but I think Incock predicted the shackle to come out and used the torch just before it, so he affected Shadow with blindness. And right now, I
Mhm.
think Shadow already missed his third. Another blindness effect applied onto Shadow. Shadow's like he's has to deal with not being able to see his opponent and hitting some moves in the dark. I like his positioning on these pillars that were placed there, but as you can see, he just weaves and dodges these shackles over and over again. I do feel like he's taken quite some damage back though, so it's definitely not Incock's game yet. But who knows? I
Mhm.
feel like it's
Very hard to pick out a winner in this one, huh?
yeah. I would like to say Incock, but I don't know yet. Oh no, actually wait, he actually
Wow.
used Flare Blitz and Fire Blast Wave. I heard the effects, but I didn't see it on screen. And does take down Euro Shadow with that Fire Blast Wave. Well played by Incog. Holy. How many hearts?
Mhm.
Wait, what? He had 171 health left? What is happening?
That's absurd. He's just winning every match with ridiculous amounts of health. This is crazy. I guess we'll have to see. It's going to be a fire duo then in the finals, isn't it? Muffin versus Incog. We'll have to see if
Yep.
Muffin can maybe get him any lower than anybody else.
But we know what's going to happen, guaranteed. The Firebender is gonna win this tourney again.
All right.
So there
All
we go. I'm already happy.
You're
I'm
already
already
happy.
happy.
You know what? Fair enough.
I don't mind who wins anymore. Time to
You
switch
know
to
what?
water. Nope.
I'm really
Right.
interested in the bronze match. That's really gonna. I think that's gonna be a really interesting one to watch. Mistef and Shadow King, especially
Yep.
considering
Right now.
Mistef and Shadow practiced so closely together when Shadow King was first, getting good at water, and Mistef was kind of an established waterbender at the time. It'd be really interesting.
Well, we are ready. So they can start whenever they want to, which is what they're doing right now. I feel like Mistaf wants to stay away from the first pool. That is basically his target right now. I think he should not be close to this pool right there because of the earth platform right there. Against an earthbender, you kind of want to stay straight away. Beautiful dodge. Your shadow wasn't able to hit that shackle right there. But he actually, it's an interesting way to just block off an entire pool right there. The second pool was blocked off completely with the earth cage right there. Pretty peculiar way of
Yeah,
um,
and this is Mistef's first fight against someone who isn't a firebender this tournament. We'll see how
is this? No, I
goes
think
down.
he played against Coffee. Coffee was a non-bender, wasn't he? Or Coffee? Yeah, he was airbending. So
Oh,
played-
Coffee was airbender, yeah.
I think it was it. No, he was playing against Caesar. No, actually, you're right. No, it was not Coffee. It was Klaus with
Yeah.
versus Klaus. No, you're right. So he's only been
Yeah.
fighting against firebenders.
Yeah, he's fought 3. It seems like Earth might have some more abilities to separate him, separate the pool.
Yeah.
A better ability to separate the pools and prevent this really evasive strategy.
But still, like, he keeps missing these shackles, and okay, sure, he hits the shadow right there, but I'm not sure how the fight is going on right now. It's basically this Mexican standoff between Mistaf and Euro Shadow. I feel like both of them are playing pretty passively right now. Definitely a change of pace. And you can see right there, he was swimming in the water to try and dodge damage from Shadow, but Shadow used Boulder Toss and hit Mistaf using the explosion rate basically of Boulder Toss. I feel like Shadow is ahead of Mistaf at this point. I haven't seen Mistaf deliver too much damage back onto Shadow yet. Well, I've seen Shadow deliver quite a bunch of damage back to Mistaf. And Shackle hits. Can he capitalize on it? The Earth Cage is going to be the Boulder Toss again. Oh, I guess it's... Oh, there we go. He takes him down.
Wow, you know what?
GG.
Shadow King, yeah, it's definitely an earned victory.
Yep, well played by
Wow.
Shadow. Knocking Mistaf out of third place. GG. Rest in pepperonis, Mistaf, somebody who was considered to be one of the contestants to win the entire tourney. So incredibly well played. And without further ado, we are immediately just ready to hop into this fire versus fire final. More fire,
Yeah, it
more
looks like
better.
yeah, it looks like we're getting some requests to allow Muffin to reset their stats. That's gonna have to be a decision by the event organizers. Muffin, if that's something you want to have happen, you should message Cora.
Yeah, Avatar Korra. All right, we are ready, and
Muffin says
Korra
no.
is ready too. So I guess Incog can make history today, becoming the first player to ever win 3 tournaments in a row. Fun facts:
First time
Can-
for everything, right?
Can Incog get his second star, or will Muffin get his bracelet? This is going to be very interesting, and both of them already starting off really aggressively onto each other. I just love this. This is just explosive all across the field. That was a Muffin Solar Burst right there. I think, not an Incog Solar Burst because it
No,
doesn't
that was
hit.
a Muffin. Yeah, that was a Muffin Solar Burst.
So yeah, a classic fire torch on the floor. You can see it's. I have stopped seeing any particles. So it's hard for me to read which moves are being used right now. But both of them. Oh wait, actually, Muffin turned off Burnout and just dies. What is happening right here? It was just such an explosive fight.
Incognito third tournament win in a row. Congratulations on making history on the server, Incog. Really earned. Really deserved.
Well played, I guess. I have no words. I have no words. Jeez. What is going on? He just like destroys his opponent. It looks so close. I don't understand what's happening right there. Holy shit, history is made, is what Dove is saying. GG, well played. And he's getting the 2-star. We can see the 2 golden stars on the bracelet right there. The 2-star bracelet, which he will be carrying until, if he doesn't win any tournaments anymore, until January 2022. After which he'll have
Congratulations,
a single star.
Incognito.
Yeah, congrats
look
to
at that.
Incog. GG. Keeping that exclusive club to himself on lobby. Well played. Holy. Big applause to Incog. The squirrel just
There we go.
The chef's hat. Oh, beautiful. And we got this random stab, of course,
Of course. It's a tournament tradition, really. You know what else is a tournament tradition, Zuko?
What else? Please.
Let me enlighten.
Alright.
There we go. Perfect. Wouldn't be a tournament without it.
Wait, what did you do? I didn't see it. Oh
The
yeah,
Kyoshi
wait.
statue.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sorry. The Kyoshi statue. I'm sorry. I was looking at the chats. I'm like, is he writing something in chat? Well played. Yeah. I'm just like, I just don't see all these Kyoshi statues just flying around. Talk about tunnel vision right here. Oh my lord. Well played to Incog. And feel free to watch our next tournament up in the next month, guys. We will be uploading this to YouTube, so you can always kind of watch it back, and I'll try to get some highlight clips on as well. But yeah, thanks for watching. We will be looking to host another family-friendly streamer, so stay tuned if you're interested in that. It kind of helps us as well, because we get to know more streamers, more people who can spread the word about our server as well, and they'll perhaps join our server, increase the size of our community, and contribute to a more friendly atmosphere on the server as well. So I am going to be looking for that. If there is any closing words you'd like to say in the meantime as I look for this, feel free to. Okay?
Absolutely, yeah. I think it goes without saying, guys, but when we raid these other streams, you're representing our community a little bit, so let's try to remain respectful and all that stuff. I don't think that necessarily needs to be said, but better say it than not say it, right?
Yeah, and consider following them. Especially
definitely.
because we I am looking into like smaller streamers who don't have a lot of viewers. So let's just find somebody who is interesting to watch, I guess. Somebody with a little amount of viewers. This person looks like a nice person, but their name's a bit weird. Okay, let's not do that. Oh my lord. Let's see if somebody actually plays on servers.
Oh yeah. Also, shout out to Del Combre's parade coming up one of these weekends. Soon. I'm sure if you ask Luffy or if you ask anybody from Del Combre, you should be able to get a time and a date and a location for that. Super recommend coming out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's one of our server's unofficial events, right?
Yeah, and feel free
Entirely
to
community led.
yeah,
Yeah.
feel free to also organize your own. Um, if you're interested in doing so, and you can always get in touch with our team to assist in supporting you if you really need to. But please be ahead of time. If you want to organize something, let us know ahead of time so we can be prepared as well and we can help you out as well. Please let us know at least a week or two ahead of time so we can discuss you know our course of actions.
Yeah, Bergen, we actually hold tournaments every single month. Usually, well, we don't have a date for next month, but if you join our Discord server, you should be able to you should be able to see announcements in our event announcement channel as to when the next one will be, and you'll be able to sign up for it too if you wanna
Yeah,
do that as well.
join our Discord. I think it's socials. Is that it? Yeah. Oh no. Well, okay. You
Mhm.
can join those two, and you can also join our Discord. Make sure to keep in touch with our Discord. Um, I will edit that command later with the new link for the Discord server. There we go. Thank you. And I will be rating Max Dose Shark or Max Deuce Shark. I don't know who this is, but seems like a nice person. So let's say hello to this individual and please follow them and help them out.
Mhm.
Make sure that they enjoy their time. They seem to be playing Bad Wars PvP stuff. All right. I mean,
Yeah.
that's awesome, right? We've done some PvP stuff ourselves. So let's go and rate them. There we go.